In the heart of Pakua, where the mist clung to the earth like a shroud, my fascination with antique porcelain dolls became my undoing. I was a restorer, breathing life into cracked and faded beauties. That was until Serafina came into my life, a doll so immaculately preserved, she seemed almost alive. Her arrival was marked by a cold wind that swept through my workshop, carrying whispers of a time long past. Serafina's eyes, a deep blue that mirrored the sky before a storm, watched me with an intensity that made my heart race. As days passed, I began to notice changes. My other dolls, once vibrant under my careful hands, started to wither, their painted smiles cracking, their eyes dulling. But Serafina, she remained pristine, almost glowing. Then the dreams began. Vivid nightmares where Serafina danced in the moonlight, her delicate features twisted in a silent scream. I would wake up to find her positioned differently than I had left her, always facing me, always watching. One night, as thunder rolled across the heavens, Serafina spoke. Her voice was a melody, haunting and sweet. "I am bound to the porcelain, trapped in eternal beauty, and so shall you be." I tried to flee, but my feet were rooted to the spot, my body no longer my own. With each word she uttered, I felt my flesh stiffen, my skin smoothing into porcelain. I was becoming like her, a doll, a prisoner of beauty. In my last moments of humanity, I realized Serafina was not just a doll. She was a vessel for a cursed soul, seeking company in her lonely vigil. Now I sit on the shelf beside her, my voice silenced, my cries unheard. We watch the world together, waiting for the next pair of hands to set us free, even if it means trapping another soul in our place. For I am the narrator, the latest victim of Serafina's curse, and this porcelain prison is my eternity. As Serafina's curse took hold, my transformation into porcelain began. But amidst the terror, a spark of defiance ignited within me. I refused to succumb to this fate, to become another silent watcher on the shelf. Drawing upon every ounce of willpower, I focused on the memories of my life, the warmth of the sun, the laughter of friends, the touch of a loved one. These fragments of humanity acted as a beacon, pushing back against the encroaching coldness of the porcelain. With a desperate cry, I shattered the spell binding me. The room spun, and Serafina's melodic voice turned into a wail of defeat. I watched, heart pounding, as the curse recoiled, and the doll's once perfect features cracked and aged. I survived, but not without cost. My hands, now slightly stiff, are a constant reminder of the night I almost lost myself. Serafina's remains are locked away, a warning of the thin line between beauty and horror. Now I continue my work with a newfound respect for the stories held within each doll, and when the wind carries whispers through my workshop, I smile, knowing that I am the master of my fate, not a victim of the past. For I am the narrator, the one who faced the porcelain curse and emerged not as a prisoner, but as a survivor, with tales of my own to tell. The days following my narrow escape from Serafina's curse were filled with a cautious peace. My workshop, once a sanctuary for restoration, now felt like a battleground where I had faced my deepest fears. Yet, life had to go on, and so did my work. But the story of Serafina had spread through Bamangola, stirring up a mix of fear and fascination among the townsfolk. It wasn't long before others began to bring me their haunted heirlooms, seeking solace or answers. Each piece had its own eerie aura, but none held the malevolent presence of Serafina. One such item was a music box, adorned with delicate porcelain figures that danced to a haunting lullaby. The owner claimed it played on its own, filling the night with its melancholy tune. Skeptical but intrigued, I took it in for examination. That night, as the clock struck midnight, the music box sprang to life. The figures danced, and a chill filled the room. I watched, frozen, as the figures seemed to beckon me closer. This time I was prepared. I would not be a victim again. I approached the music box, my heart racing, and as I did, the music slowed, the figures' dance becoming a dirge. Then, in the silence that followed, I heard it, a whisper, not of malice, but of sadness. The spirits tied to the music box were not looking to curse. They were looking for release. With newfound determination, I began to research the origins of the music box, delving into the histories of the families who had owned it. Piece by piece, I unraveled the tale of a tragic love lost to time, a story that had bound the spirits to the earthly realm. Armed with this knowledge, I performed a ritual of release, offering the spirits the closure they had been denied. As the final note of the lullaby played, the spirits departed, leaving the music box silent, its curse lifted. Now, my workshop is not just a place of restoration, but a haven for the lost and the restless. I help them find their peace, using my gift not just to repair, but to heal. And though the shadows still whisper, I am no longer afraid, for I am the master of my fate, the narrator of my story, and the guardian of the whispers. As the whispers of the past grew silent, my workshop became a sanctuary for those seeking to understand the ethereal. People from all over Bamengola, and soon from distant places, came with their mysterious artifacts, each carrying a story, a whisper from beyond. Among them was a grandfather clock, its pendulum swinging to an unseen rhythm, its chimes resonating with voices from another era. The family who brought it to me spoke of time lost, of moments when the clock would stop and the air would grow thick with the scent of jasmine, a fragrance linked to a great-grandmother who had once tended a garden full of the white blooms. I began to work, not just with tools and paints, but with empathy and patience. As I repaired the clock, I listened to its chimes, I inhaled the scent of jasmine, and I spoke to the spirit of the great-grandmother. "Your garden is remembered," I whispered. "Your love for time and flowers lives on." With each repair, with each acknowledgement of the past, the spirits found peace. The clock began to keep time faithfully, its chimes now a song of remembrance rather than a call from the shadows. My journey with the supernatural had taught me that fear was not the only response to the unknown. Curiosity, respect, and understanding could bridge the gap between our world and the whispers that sought to be heard. And so, I continue, a restorer of more than just porcelain and wood. I am a restorer of stories, a keeper of time, a listener to the whispers that many fear to acknowledge. In this dance with the delicate and the divine, I have found my calling, my purpose. For I am the narrator, the one who hears the porcelain whispers and responds with a voice of compassion, ensuring that every story, every whisper, finds its place in the tapestry of time.